Okay, on the phone line, we have former BCCI President Mr. Bindra with us. Thanks so much for talking to NDTV, sir. Firstly, to you, someone who has time and time again said that the functioning of the BCCI needs to be looked into. The conflict of interest is something that is very, very serious and is affecting how the game is governed in the country. How do you view this judgment that has come out from the Supreme Court? Are you, as a lover of the sport, happy today?
I couldn't be happier than that. It's a landmark judgment. It marks a watershed in the history of Indian sport and Indian cricket in special. And I don't think any lover of the game could have expected anything more than this from the court.
Okay, Mr. Bindra, you may have had your differences with Mr. Srinivasan, but now let me ask you, but no one knows him as well as you do probably. Tell us what would be the next step for Mr. Srinivasan. He wouldn't speak to us, but what do you suspect? Do you think he's going to hold on to CSK, or do you think that president's post is most important for him and so he'll let go of CSK and contest for the BCCI president's post?
Is there any choice? I don't think there is any choice. There is an absolute bar on his contesting the upcoming elections in next 4 to 6 weeks. So there is no choice in whether he holds the CSK or not. That's my reading of the situation. I have not read the full judgment as yet. But whatever I have known, it is an absolute bar on his contesting the election.
Okay, Mr. Bindra, also what the Supreme Court has said is they've set up a 3-member committee which is now going to look into the functioning of the BCCI. Mr. Srinivasan apart, but how the BCCI function is something they're going to look into and have been asked to revamp it. Does it then tell you how the game was being governed in the last few years and just tell you how grave the situation was?
It absolutely, it's a reflection, a correct reading of the situation. And it's a shame on the administrators of the BCCI that they have invited this upon themselves. Supreme Court has done the right thing by appointing a 3-member committee because there are no faith left in the administrators. And we deserve every bit of it.
Okay, sir, the other thing I'd like to ask you about is that in all of this, the only relief for Mr. Srinivasan is that the Supreme Court has said that he's not guilty of a cover-up. Do you see a contradiction here? Because, you know, Mr. Srinivasan initially said Gurunath Meyyappan was an enthusiast. Now it's been proven by the court that yes, he was indeed an official. Mr. Srinivasan set up a 2-member committee by the BCCI that gave Gurunath a clean chit, said he did no illegal activities. Now it's been proven that yes, he was involved in illegal betting. Despite all of this, he's been given a clean chit as far as a cover-up is concerned. Is that a contradiction? Do you find that surprising?
The court has said there is no sufficient evidence, lack of direct evidence about his cover-up.
But did you suspect that
conjectures, but there is no direct evidence. That's what the ruling I read. My reading of the situation is that there is no direct evidence.
All right, but did you suspect there was a cover-up? And you were part of the BCCI then?
I always said, I maintained this was my point of view in the court. In my affidavit, I said there was a cover-up. But the court ruling is we are bound to accept the ruling in letter and spirit, and that's what the court has said, and that's final so far I am concerned.